When the sky rumbles, the name echoes Missile Master. Every launch is a mission, and every video tells a new story of power. The channel where military technology, powerful weapons systems, and legendary war machines come to life. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating air-launched cruise missiles ever created, the AGM-28 Hound Dog missile. Even in 2026, this Cold War giant still captures attention because of its incredible speed, nuclear strike capability, and the way it changed strategic warfare forever. If you love military history, advanced missile systems, and legendary aviation technology, then stay with us until the end, because this story is truly unbelievable. The AGM-28 Hound Dog was developed by the United States during the intense years of the Cold War. At that time, the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a dangerous nuclear arms race. Both superpowers were constantly searching for ways to strike enemy targets faster and more effectively. American military planners realized that strategic bombers like the B-52 Stratofortress needed a weapon that could hit heavily defended Soviet targets without forcing the bomber itself to fly directly into dangerous enemy air defense zones. This urgent requirement led to the creation of the AGM-28 Hound Dog missile. Designed by North American Aviation, the missile became one of the first supersonic air-launched cruise missiles in military history. The missile officially entered service in 1960 and quickly became a critical part of America's nuclear deterrence strategy. The AGM-28 Hound Dog was a massive missile for its time. It measured over 42 feet long and weighed approximately 10,000 pounds. Under the wings of a B-52 bomber, the missile looked absolutely enormous. In fact, a single B-52 could carry 2 Hound Dog missiles, one mounted under each wing. The appearance alone made the bomber look even more intimidating. One of the most impressive features of the AGM-28 Hound Dog was its speed. The missile could travel at around Mach 2.1, which means more than twice the speed of sound. During the early 1960s, this level of speed was extremely advanced. Enemy radar operators had very little time to react once the missile was launched. Its high-speed performance gave it a major advantage against air defense systems of that era. Now, let's talk about the missile's range, because this was one of its most important strengths. The AGM-28 Hound Dog had a range of approximately 785 miles, or around 1,260 kilometers. This allowed B-52 bombers to launch the missile from a safer distance while avoiding the most dangerous Soviet surface-to-air missile zones. Instead of flying directly over heavily defended targets, the bomber could release the Hound Dog from far away and let the missile complete the mission. The missile was powered by a Pratt & Whitney turbojet engine, which provided incredible thrust and sustained supersonic flight. Interestingly, the engine technology was closely related to engines used in fighter aircraft of the time. This gave the Hound Dog remarkable performance and reliability for such a large weapon. Another fascinating aspect of the AGM-28 Hound Dog was its guidance system. The missile used an advanced inertial navigation system. In simple words, it could guide itself toward its target without needing constant communication with the launching aircraft. For the Cold War era, this was revolutionary technology. The missile could accurately strike strategic targets, such as military bases, radar installations, command centers, and missile launch sites. The AGM-28 Hound Dog was armed with a powerful nuclear warhead. The warhead had a devastating yield, capable of destroying hardened enemy targets. During the Cold War, the missile served as a terrifying reminder of the destructive power both superpowers possessed. The existence of weapons like the Hound Dog was intended to deter war by making the consequences of nuclear conflict too catastrophic to imagine. One unique feature that made the AGM-28 Hound Dog even more interesting was the way it supported the B-52 bomber before takeoff. In some cases, the missile's engine could actually be started while still attached to the aircraft to provide additional thrust during takeoff. This unusual capability helped heavily loaded B-52 bombers leave the runway more effectively, especially during emergency operations. As Soviet air defense systems became stronger and more advanced, the importance of standoff weapons like the Hound Dog increased significantly. Soviet radar networks, interceptor aircraft, and surface-to-air missile systems posed a growing threat to American bombers. The AGM-28 gave the United States Air Force the ability to strike critical targets without exposing crews to the highest danger zones immediately. The missile was mainly carried by the legendary Boeing B-52 Stratofortress, one of the most iconic bombers ever built. Even today, in 2026, the B-52 remains active in the United States Air Force, proving the incredible durability and effectiveness of its design. Back during the Cold War, the combination of the B-52 and AGM-28 Hound Dog created a powerful strategic attack system capable of delivering nuclear strikes almost anywhere in the world. Pilots and crews who operated the AGM-28 had to undergo extensive training. Launching a nuclear-capable missile required extreme precision and discipline. Crews practiced navigation, targeting, emergency procedures, and coordinated strike missions regularly during periods of high tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. These bombers often remained on constant alert, ready to launch within minutes if necessary. The AGM-28 Hound Dog also represented an important technological step toward modern cruise missiles. Today's advanced cruise missiles, like the Tomahawk, AGM-158 JASM, and hypersonic missile systems, all owe part of their development history to early weapons, like the Hound Dog. Engineers learned valuable lessons about guidance systems, high-speed flight, standoff attack capability, and strategic deterrence from this missile program. Despite its impressive capabilities, the AGM-28 Hound Dog eventually became outdated as military technology evolved. Newer missile systems offered greater range, improved accuracy, better survivability, and more advanced electronics. By the mid-1970s, the missile was gradually retired from active service. However, its impact on military aviation and strategic warfare remained enormous. Even decades after retirement, military historians and defense experts continue discussing the Hound Dog, because it represented a major shift in how air forces approached nuclear strike missions. Before standoff missiles became common, bombers had to fly directly over enemy territory to drop bombs. The AGM-28 changed that concept by allowing attacks from safer distances, which increased survivability for both aircraft and crews. Another reason why the AGM-28 Hound Dog remains famous in 2026 is because of its aggressive appearance and legendary Cold War reputation. The missile looked incredibly powerful, mounted beneath the massive wings of the B-52. Aviation enthusiasts often describe it as one of the most intimidating missile systems ever deployed during the Cold War. Many museum displays across the United States still feature preserved AGM-28 missiles alongside B-52 bombers. Visitors are often surprised by the missile's enormous size. Standing next to a real Hound Dog missile gives people a better understanding of just how serious nuclear strategy was during that era. The Cold War was a time when technology advanced rapidly due to intense global competition. The AGM-28 Hound Dog became a symbol of that race for military superiority. Every improvement in speed, range, and accuracy was considered critical for national defense. Weapons like this shaped military doctrine for decades and influenced future missile development programs around the world. In today's world, modern missile systems are far more advanced, featuring stealth technology, satellite guidance, artificial intelligence integration, and hypersonic speeds. But the foundations of these technologies were built by earlier systems like the AGM-28. Without the innovations introduced by Cold War engineers, many modern weapons would not exist in their current form. As we look back from 2026, the AGM-28 Hound Dog stands as one of the most important air-launched missiles in military history. It combines speed, long-range strike capability, nuclear power, and advanced guidance into a single weapon system that transformed strategic warfare forever. Its role during the Cold War helped shape global military balance during one of the most dangerous periods in human history. The missile may no longer be active, but its legacy continues through every modern standoff cruise missile flying today. It remains a powerful reminder of how rapidly military technology evolved during the Cold War and how strategic weapons changed the nature of global defense planning forever. Thank you for watching Missile Master. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the legendary AGM-28 Hound Dog missile, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest military technology videos. Let us know in the comments which legendary missile or fighter jet you want to see next. Stay tuned for more powerful military content only on Missile Master.